Hello everyone, welcome back to Day One Dev YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about databases are classified into a different structures. So most of them are based on their functionality and the way they stored and organize the data. So there are a couple of common types of our databases. Right? Let's start with our DBMS. So most of you are aware of relation database management, such as a couple of products you might be aware where Oracle, which is one of a 40 plus years old product, and you might have heard MySQL, Postgres, SQL Server, and SQLite. So these databases use a structured query language, which is SQL for data manipulations and retrieval. NoSQL database is also, most of you are aware, this is a MongoDB, which most of people are used in their career. And it's more semi-structured and rapidly changing data. So you keep most of our data into a pretty much an JSON format. And also you can store document-oriented data. And this is more flexible in a database design. So that's very easier for you to manage. And also you might have heard something like uh, DynamoDB, which is from AWS product. And you might have heard similar from Azure product called CosmoDB. All right, let's go to a next one. This is an object-oriented database. You might have, I'm not sure how many of you heard this product, but generally this is also called as an object DB. So this is purely store a form of objects, making them suitable for applications with a complex data structures and relationships. And the next one is a graph database. This is also getting familiar, especially in the newer organizations where they are exploring where the data entities to use a graph structures and they represent their connections. If you are used something like organizational trees, or you might have used more like a family trees, or you want to map some mind tree structures. So graph database is used in that scenario. And the next one is a time series database. This is the one which is getting very popular nowadays because of machine learning, especially if you're used, especially the stocks where time-based stock prices is getting evolved. You want to query to see the data between your uh, the day of a transaction or overall year transactions. You want to see it that it's a time series data. So where you have a column data as well as this one. So this is to summarize, this one is more for financial data. You can use it as well as also you might be using for your system logs or your application logs to run through it, where you can see data structure. The next one is a subtle database. I think this is where most of also you might have used to store geographical data, especially if you are used mapping softwares. They use this subtical data like a Google Maps or Yahoo Maps. If you are on an old mapping software, they use all this stuff. So there are a couple of extensions to existing RDMS product where they support this Septial database. Oracle has one of them, and SQL Server, as well as a Postgres. The next one is the in-memory database. This is also you might have been familiar, especially the products like Redis or Memcache. This is to store your in-memory database, and you'll store everything is in a. If you're using Memcache, it's you're storing it entire in your memory, like a RAM. And if you're using more like a Redis, it has as well as a in-memory as well as the cache data can be written to a file store, and it can reload it. And the newer concept is coming up in because of newer frameworks. This is on a new SQL database. This is where you combine traditional relational database within a scalability and performance of NoSQL. So in this same thing is also falls under my Microsoft Azure Cosmo DB. So that Cosmo DB supports NoSQL as well as a relational and graph. It can has a pretty good mechanism. I haven't seen that Cosmo similar product in other cloud providers, but the Google is coming up with a similar one. Is called Google Spanner, and similarly in other markets, if you want to see that is in there's a called Cockroach DB or Cockroach Database. There's another one which is falls under new SQL databases. And last not least, it's a vector database. There's a one. There's a vector database is another one which is coming up recently because of machine learning technology. And you might have heard RAG architectures where you're keeping all this stuff. So to keep it in a handling part, so vector database is more used for efficiently store and query your manipulator vectors, such as a mathematical, computer graphics, or machine learning, which we already called out, right? So similarly, you can call this as also as a traditional database, but it's key value based concept, but the value can have another values, multiple keys and values. So this is more vector oriented data structure. You're managing it. So the choice of your database types depends on the factors such as your structure, volume, velocity, complexity, scalability, and performance of your requirements. How you gonna solve this? So this is purely how your problem objective is. So I'm gonna call out in next few weeks on every category, what are we called out here, key value features. But still, I know that a lot of people are aware of RDBMS and SQL Server, but I do provide that. Now, coming to the product, some of our examples as we called out in RDBMS or Relational Database Management. Already, most of you are aware of this MySQL, Postgres, Oracle, SQL Server, and SQLite. And coming to the NoSQL, there are a few categories under NoSQL. You can see here document oriented, which is MongoDB, uh, Couchbase, Cosmo DB, Azure Cosmo DB, and key value based also falls under Redis, Memcache, and Amazon DynamoDB. And at columnar, this is more used for machine learning, especially you might have heard if you see a Cassandra HBase, you already might have known how the Hadoop platform or big data platforms are using this. Now, coming to the object-oriented, there's called a DB4O, or you can call DB db.io. That's a website where you can see it object-oriented. And similarly, another one of our market leaders on this product is ObjectDB is also there. And coming to the graph database, already I called out Neo4j is one of a market leader. Amazon Neptune is coming up, but based on my customer experience, I seen that Amazon Neptune has some, the customers has given me some feedback. Uh, they're saying that Neptune is not good at scalable and performance, but Neo4j has seen people started with a Neptune and moved to a Neo4j. And coming to the time series, there are three platforms available right now. One of them is a market leader, is InfluxDB and Prometheus. Prometheus, you might have used it this for your data, especially on if you're using a Kubernetes platform, where you're taking the data and you're uh, getting all this logs and analyzing analysis, especially on a Kubernetes platform. And timescale DB is another one, but I never used a timescale.com or timescale DB in my career. And Septial is pretty much, you might have seen that is an Oracle, MySQL Server, and Postgres. Already they do have the packages available or running over the existing databases like a SQL Server or Oracle and Postgres. And in memory, already as I called out, Redis and Memcache are one of our market leaders, but there are other products also. But just capturing here whatever there's a market, and I've seen These are the products with enterprise level that people are using it. And NewSQL coming to the Google Spanner, mostly it's a cloud-based solution. It cannot deploy on-prem. So you have to be a little consider yourself if you are more towards an on-prem data center based, then definitely I suggest go for a Cockroach DB or NuoDB. If you are more cloud-based, I haven't seen this kind of a structure on AWS or Microsoft Azure, but I've seen only on Google when I was talking to customers and the evaluation parts. And last but not least, vector-based database is two products, but I did not use any of these products. There is also vector if you are plain format like one key, one document if you are doing with a part of our RAG architecture, retrieval architecture in machine learnings. That's what we are seeing as just creating a simple vector as part of your Python or a Java, and you keep your documents as part of that. All right, and that's pretty much we are done for the regarding the database categories, and I hope I'll see you in next session.